In the dusky shadow of the oak's embrace, there stands an old house on the prairie's face. Its windows blind eyes that once looked on mine, where the whispers of the past through the ivy entwine. Oh, that old house called my name in the voice of a lost love's sweet refrain. Rustling leaves and a porch of worn gray, a saddle hangs lonely where we once used to lay. The years past the door, hinges learn to creak, just like my bones on this trail I seek. The scarf you left still dances in the wind, a specter of silk where our memories are pinned. That old house called my name, echoing walls of a gentle smoldering flame. Faded trails and a sunset that bleeds in the quiet heart where forgotten love leads. Under the vast sky, my confessions laid bare to the roaming sands and the chill night air. An old guitar strums a chord so slight, harmonies lost in the coming of the night. Yes, that old house called my name, a whisper on the wind, a wild, untamed flame. With each setting sun and rising moon's game, I'm bound to the land where my heart remains. So I ride these trails where the lonely winds moan, an echo of a call from a place once home. A cowboy wanders, but his story's the same, haunted forever by a house that spoke his name. On Lonesome Hill, beneath the oak tree wide, my heart first lived by her wildflower side. Summer breeze, whisper tales in the shade, old porch creaks where our promises lay. We carved our names in that tough ancient bark, promised to meet when day faded to dark. Echoes roll down from that lonely hill's crown, where oak leaves talk of the love we had found. The winds carry cries of the words we once said, now just ghostly whispers where our dreams are laid dead. Years have passed, the oak tree stands still, but the house lies empty, life lost its thrill. Gravel roads, once our kingdom to roam, now just pathways to a long abandoned home. her scarf in my pocket, a faded old blue, every thread a memory of the love I once knew. Echoes roll down from that lonely hill's crown, where oak leaves talk of the love we had found. The dust swirls around where we once danced in rain. Now each drop's a tear, and each tear's a refrain. In the twilight's last gleaming, I see her clear, as if time stood still and she was still here. With my hand on the saddle, I face the west, riding trails to the sunset on this endless quest. Echoes roll down from that lonely hill's crown, memories fading like dusk into town. I'll ride these lands under stars cold and bright, chasing her shadow into the night. Echoes roll, echoes call, but she's never in sight.
Out where the oak tree shadow lays long, by the creek where the wild winds have blown, I carved two hearts, yours and mine, in the bark, where whispers stay hidden 'neath stars stark. Footprints fade where we danced unshaken, on that porch by the hills God-forsaken. Storm burns like my heart tonight in the cold empty cabin's fading light. Your scarf in my hand, scent worn thin as the dust hushes the ghost of your grin. How the rain recalls every farewell in the whispering wind. I still dwell. Time turned those gravel roads grew wide. The quiet town slept as something inside me died. Old laughter haunts the saloon's creaking floors, echoes of steps that aren't ours anymore. That old saddle now just gathers dust, like the memories succumbing to rust. Storm burns like my heart tonight in the cold empty cabin's fading light. Your scarf in my hand, scent worn thin as the dusk hushes the ghost of your grin. How the rain recalls every farewell in the whispering wind. I still dwell underneath the vast indigo skies. I reckon each star mirrors your eyes. The trails we blaze now overgrown in the wilderness I roam alone. Storm burns and I'm still reaching out through the shadows of doubt, the route of our old route. May the horizon where sunsets bleed hold you close, far beyond my meager creed. Every twilight, your absence I mourn in the silence after the storm. I still dwell. I still dwell.
Out by the old bent creek, where the wild oak shadows lay, and I first saw right in the blush of a dust-kicked day, her laughter a melody over the clover light and free, danced through the goldenrod, boundless as the prairie sea. Oh, I walked away under a heavy slate gray sky, left her scarf on the porch rail, didn't even say goodbye. Now the wind whispers secrets through the saddles hung on the wall, echoes of her footsteps in the twilight shadows fall. Years rolled on like tumbleweeds across these quiet plains. The cabin by the creek stands empty when it rains, where once our dreams hung thick like smoke around the fire's glow. Now only silence speaks in the places we used to go. Oh, I walked away, leaving nothing but her trace in the sunset's bleeding red over this forsaken place. And the gravel roads they mourn as I tread them once more, each step away from her heavier than the one before. By the old gnarled oak, I carved our names inside a heart, vows whispered to the wind, now just echoes drifting apart. As the stars peer down like eyes that pity from above, I reckon the hardest trails are the ones walked without love. Yes, Rye walked away, and the skies they wept that day, as I watched the dust rise along the road that led her away. Now each sunset's fire, and every star up in the sway, they just remind me, right, you walked away. Right, you walked away.
In the shadow of the oak, where our names were carved deep, the creek whispers secrets that our summers used to keep. Her scarf still dances on the porch, a ghost in the wind, where the laughter of her eyes promised love wouldn't end. But her goodbye bleeds like sunset on that old gravel road, where my heart dropped off her back and her absence now flows. The dust won't settle nor the echo of her steps fade as the twilight cries and colors her leaving portray. The cabin holds the cold of December's embrace, each corner filled with the silence of her missing trace. The trail we walk now overgrown, where wild daisies hide. They bloom untouched like dreams in me since the day she died. Her goodbye bleeds like rain through the cracks of worn wood floors. Memories flood the empty spaces I can't restore. The dust won't settle, nor the echo of her steps fade as the twilight cries and colors her leaving portrait. Beneath the vast prairie sky, I ride through my regrets. Each star a tear from heaven, even heaven forgets. Though time may heal the marks on skin, the soul bears its scars. The cowboy wanders tethered to the light of lost stars. And her goodbye bleeds a river wild through broken plains. Love's deep scar I carry as I wear her invisible chains. The dust won't settle, nor her whisper in the breeze wings. I sing to the stars, wishing she'd come back like the rain. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild orchids bloom, I first saw her smile neath that old harvest moon. The porch creaked its tails as we danced slowly by, her scarf in the breeze, a whisper of July. Oh, where the ghost sleeps in the heart of the night, where dreams are mere whispers of a long lost fight. Carry sorrow where our memories weep in the dust of the trails is where the ghost sleeps. Now the cabin stands empty where laughter once reigned, and the gravel roads faded where we once danced in the rain. The saddle's unworn, the bridle hangs loose, her absence a shadow, a quiet recluse. Sleeps in the heart of the night, where dreams are mere whispers of a long lost fight. The wind carries sorrow where our memories weep in the dust of the trails is where the ghost sleeps. Under the endless sky I roam without rest. In the still of the desert I'm put to the test, to find her in starlight or in the sunrise gold.
but it's just the echo of the love we once told. So I follow the sunset where the old river bends. It's there I feel closest to both family and friends. Though the ghosts may sleep deeply where the cold shadows creep, in my heart she awakens. In dreams we still meet. Yes, the dust of the trails is where the ghost sleeps.
Out by the old split rail where the wildflowers grow, I carved our names in the oak in the soft morning glow. Years rush like the creek where we first found our dreams, under that blue prairie sky where the eagle still screams. These lands hold the whispers of your laughter so dear, on that rugged old porch, sipping sweet summer beer. The fence echoes your name in the winds of the past, each knot an old nail, a memory that lasts. But the sun sets on even the deepest blue eyes, and the night covers all but the loneliest cries. I reach through the shadows where your love once danced, where the thistle and thread of my heart had its chance. Time wore down the saddle where we rode side by side. Now it hangs in the barn, a relic of strides. The town feels too quiet, the tavern's too cold. Ghosts walk the streets where our future was sold. Your scarf in my pocket, a fragment of grace, as the winter draws in, a race in the trace. The fence echoes your name in the winds of the past, each knot an old nail, a memory that lasts. But the sun sets on even the deepest blue eyes, and the night covers all but the loneliest cries. I search for your shadow in every new dawn, but like dust through my fingers, you're always just gone. On this gravel road journey beneath vast starry skies, I've learned that every cowboy must accept his goodbyes. But in the silence that follows the closing of doors, I still listen for you in the wind on the moors. The fence echoes your name like a haunting old tune. Under the watch of the moon, I'm still bound to you. Yet the sun fades the letters where our young hearts once lay. In the dust of the trails, I'll be finding my way. May the echo grow softer as I learn to let go of a love that was lost in the wild long ago. In the whisper of the oak trees by the soft creek's bend, there's an old porch where the shadows like to play. Through a cracked frame, listen, where our summer days were penned. I see your scarf dance with the breeze as if to say, oh, the winds, they hold your laughter, and the dust your gentle steps. The sunsets bleed like my heart across the endless sky. In this lonely silent picture where my ragged soul has wept, I'm just a shadow lingering where old memories lie. Gravel roads grew quiet, the cabin doors stand shy of the laughter and the warmth we left behind. And that old saddle beside me knows how hard I've tried to ride beyond the past, your face in every mile I find. Oh, the rains, they know the heartbreak, on the window pane they write. Each droplet spells the pain under this lonesome grave. In the silence of the fading trails, I lose you every night, but find you in the dawn's mist, where dreams refuse to stay. There's a truth in the torment and peace in the plight, under stars that watch over the plains. As I lay me down by the firelight's glow, it's your whisper in the flicker, the softest echo in the crackle of the flames. So the winds will carry stories of a love not meant to tether. The dust will cover trails where we once walked side by side. In the heart of every sunset, we are whispering together. In a world that keeps turning, I'll keep you here inside. Oh, in a world that keeps on turning, I'll hold you deep inside. In the whisper of the dawn, beneath the old oak shadow lawn, I found her scarf, a piece of crimson tide. Today's now gone. The chill bit hard, the sky a slate of unforgiving gray. By that empty cabin door where our loved ones lay. Oh, the cold morning left behind with the warmth of her hand in mine. Now it's just the dusty trails and the echo of the pines. A sunset's fire burns, but not like her touch I yearn. In the silence of this wild land, to her memory I return. Year Years have rolled like tumbleweeds across these quiet plains. Gravel roads and horses' hooves, the only remains. Where laughter filled the rafters, now just whispers to the ghosts. On the porch where we once danced, my heart feels her close. Oh, the cold morning left behind, with the warmth of her hand in mine. Now it's just the dusty trails and the echo of the pines. As sunset's fire burns, but not like her touch I yearn. In the silence of this wild land, to her memory I return. Beneath the endless stars, I unload my saddlebag. Each item a chapter of love, every thread a rag. The wind carries stories of a fireside bright and warm. But now I face the chilly dusk, alone amidst the storm. Oh, the cold morning left behind, where I've searched but cannot find, except for the rustling leaves, speaking soft and kind. If love is a fading trail, let my weary heart prevail. In the dusk of these old tales, where whispers sail. In the shadows of the past, with the sunset's last gleam, I ride this path alone, with her memory as my dream. Underneath the ragged oaks, where the scarlet sun dips low, I found her scarf, a whisper of her lavender and rose. Beside the creek where we first kissed, the water's song now slow. It murmurs tales of the girl I loved in a time lost to the shadows. Saddle burns and sunset turns, where did the old love go? Trail winds cold beneath the gold of stars that no longer show. Each gallop away a memory fades, like footprints in the snow. Her laughter haunts these quiet towns, as lonely as the echo. The porch swing sways, a silent ghost. The cabin stands alone. Gravel roads that knew our names, now overgrown with stone. The bed of blooms we once tended, wild winds have overthrown. In the fields of our promises, only dust and whispers moan. The saddle burns and sunset turns, where did the old love go? Trail winds cold beneath the gold of stars that no longer show. Each gallop away a memory fades, like footprints in the snow. Her laughter haunts these quiet towns, as lonely as the echo. So I ride through the amber fade of every twilight spent, searching horizons for a sign, chasing what she meant. But every passing ridge I cross just deepens the indent. tracks in my saddle, in every trail I've been. The saddle burns and sunset turns. I roam where rivers flow. Their courses change much like the heart in lands that time forgot. Maybe trails end, maybe souls mend in the dust of rodeo, but her memory rides beside me forever in each tribe. Underneath the starlit sky, where dreams and rivers meet, I whisper to the winds of west her name, soft and sweet.
Under the shade of an old oak tree, where the wind whispers secrets in a dance, you and I carved our names for eternity, in that wild field where we took our last stance. With a scarf you left all tattered and red, tied to the branch where our love stories bled. Saddle cries on a dusty trail, echoes of hoofbeats, a lonesome wail. Sunset burns just to fade away, like your voice in the winds of yesterday. Oh, this heart rides alone tonight, under stars that don't shine as bright. Now the old porch creaks with no one to know. The tales of the laughter are sweet undertow. An empty cabin keeps the cold at its heart. Gravel roads lost to the wilderness raft, where the river used to sing you to sleep. Lies the silence so heavy, so deep. Saddle cries on a dusty trail, echoes of hoofbeats, a lonesome wail. Sunset burns just to fade away, like your voice in the winds of yesterday. Oh, this heart rides alone tonight, under stars that don't shine as bright. In the rustle of leaves I still hear your laugh, but time's a thief in a photograph. Fading trails, how they twist and they weave. Your absence is the ghost I can't leave. Oh. Saddle cries on that dusty trail, a cowboy's heart told a lonesome tale. Every sunset I whisper your name, in the hopes that my soul you'll reclaim. Yet here I ride forever astray, in the twilight of memories that won't fade away.
In the gloom of the ashen dawn, by the oak tree's mournful shade, where we carved our names, the world so wide, beneath the Everglade. Your scarf still dances on the porch, a ghost in the prayer's embrace. Each thread a tale, each hue a sigh, lost in the wind's cold trace. Oh, that goodbye letter called my name, in ink that wept my fate to claim. On a dusty trail where our dreams did roam, shadows all alone. The cabin stands a silent shell on the edge of the faded trail. Its door swings soft to yesterday when our love was not so frail. The saddle worn, the gravel path whispers of your tender grace. Every hoofbeat in the rain echoes a void I cannot replace. Oh, that goodbye letter called my name in ink that wept my fate to claim. On a dusty trail where our dreams did roam, now I ride these shadows all alone. Under the vast and starlit sky, I confess to the restless plains. Every sunset spills your memory in the hue of blood-red stains. And though I wander far and wide, your shadow by my side remains. A specter of what once was true, shackled in love's unseen chains. Yes, that goodbye letter called my name, a sorrow song, a lonesome flame. As stars above the night reclaim, in my heart your whisper just the same. Goodbye, my love, this cowboy soul, forever your sweet claim. As the last note lingers in the wind, the scene fades out like smoke, leaving nothing but the echo of a heart that once spoke.
In the shadow of the oak, where the evening sun weaves gold, I found her scarf, a faded blue. Among the leaves so old, the wind whispers through the grass, a song of days now past, along the trail where we once walked, too beautiful to last. Lost trail rode through under skies so wide and blue, where my heart lies buried deep in fields that she once knew. The echo of her laughter rolls like thunder through the plains. Lost trail rode through and only silence now remains. The porch still creaks, the door still moans, cabin stands alone, the gravel road that took her away, overgrown and stone, where once the coffee brewed at dawn and danced into the air. Now only dust motes in the sun and the weight of an empty chair. Lost trail rode through under skies torn gray and blue, ghosts of laughter in the breeze and memories that ensue. The echo of her footsteps fades down paths we used to tread. Lost trail rode through, leaving words we never said. And in the quiet solitude where the creek runs clear and true, I see her face in ripples and know some loves never renew. With every sunset bleeding red on horizon sharp as knives, I reckon time's a thief on horseback, stealing through our lives. Lost trail rode through with the lonesome wind that blew, whispering of yesteryears
and the pain of starting new. The echo of our story now a whisper in the rain. Lost trail rolled through, love's a memory and a pain. The lost trail rolled through, and I'm riding it anew, past her memories fading light under skies of somber hue. Out by the whispering creek where the oak trees weep, my boots stirred the dust, your scarf caught the breeze. We carved our names under that old porch light. Now I'm talking to shadows in the falling night. The creek sings low, a sorrowful sound, in the place where my heart first got bound. Oh, the creek haunts with its lonely call, where our echoes lie beneath the twilight shawl. Every stone and turn, a memory's breath, and the quiet sobs of the stream. I feel your depth, the sunset bleed, it knows my cost. At the creek haunts, where I loved and lost. Years rolled like the wheels down a gravel road. The cabin's empty, the fire's cold. Your laughter's a ghost in the rustling leaves, and I'm a shadow man with a heart that grieves. The trails we walk now overgrown, in the creek haunts I wander alone. Oh, the creek haunts with its mournful sigh, where dreams drift like clouds in a stormy sky. Each whisper in the wind, your name it calls amongst the crumbling pines and the weeping falls. The dust settles deep where our love was tossed. At the creek haunts, where I loved and lost. And oh, my sweet, does the wind carry cries to the stars above from my tear-dimmed eyes? For each night I lay by these haunted streams, you visit me softly in the thorns of my dreams. Yes, the creek haunts with its lonesome moan, a cradle of echoes where I've grown old. The shadows stretch as the day departs, in the creek haunts amidst broken hearts, a silhouette against the fading gloss. At the creek haunts, where I loved and lost. So I'll saddle my sorrows, ride the dusty dawn, by the creek that haunts where you're forever gone. And maybe these trails under skies vast and blue will one day heal the scars of losing you. But until then, in the dust I'll trust. At the creek haunts, where I loved and lost.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wild river's been, I first saw her face in the light of dawn's ascent. The wind whispers secrets through her flowing hair, as if the heavens knew it was more than I could bear. Lonely cabin walls of memories where our laughter danced on a cold morning that died young, where we once chanced. Oh, how the lonely winds now moan, calling me back to what I've known. Underneath this endless sky I roam, with a heart that beats and a love outgrown. Cold morning died young, but the pain lingers on. In the echoes of the dusk my heart's withdrawn. The years have turned like the pages of a dusty, worn-out book. The trails we walked are overgrown, no second look. That old porch swing sways, creaking with my every solitary stride. Where we once sat close, now just shadows there reside. The scarf she left still smells of lilac dreams, fading like the sun sets into silent silver streams. Oh, how the lonely winds now moan, calling me back to what I've known. Underneath this endless sky I roam, with a heart that beats and a love outgrown. Cold morning died young, but the pain lingers on. In the echoes of the dusk my heart's withdrawn. On gravel roads I wander, with her whispers in the rain. An old saddle for a companion, bearing all my pain. What's left is just a cowboy, a shadow in the dust, living on the memories of a lost and tender trust. Oh, how the lonely winds now moan, each call a memory overthrown. Beneath this boundless bleeding sky I roam, holding on to a love that's dead and gone. Cold morning died young, as all dreams must, but in the heart of a cowboy, love never turns to dust.
Out where the old oak shadows the rusted cabin door, Eyes Drifts was a girl with eyes like wild river floors. Underneath the crescent moon, by the lantern's lonely light, we traded promises, soft as the dust of the prairie night. Oh, those eyes, they drift through my dreams, across the barren miles and the silver streams. But love, like old trails, fades under time's harsh hand, leaving me a ghost amongst the sage and the sand. Years passed like the slow turning of an old mill wheel, silent towns forgotten before the wind's mournful keel. The scarf she left behind, a splash of red on weathered wood. Nothing stayed the same out here, though I wished it would. Oh, those eyes, they drift through my sorrow, leading me down paths too narrow to follow. But love, like old tales, slips through cracks in the heart, whispering of what tears every dream apart. By the weeping willow where we once lay, I see the shadows lengthen, edges fray. In the cool of the evening, I hear the soft sad sigh of a lone dove calling, as if to say goodbye.
restless nights, a glimmer of stars lost to the city lights. Yet love like the oak stands firm against winds of fate, keeping me bound to a memory I can't unmake. So here's to the roads, gravel and grit, to the porches empty where we'd sit. I strips my dear in the dust, gentle embrace. Forever you roam, a heartache I can't erase. Out by the old Dixon line, where the oak tree stands alone, I carved our names inside a heart now overthrown by stone. The prairie wind whispers through the grass a soft and sorrowed tone. It's where I last held you close, for this life I roam. But the fence fades under the weight of years, just like the love we lost, drowned in silent tears. And every sunset bleeds a color I once knew, out where the wild heart grieves beneath the sky so blue. Have wandered far since the porch light dimmed out, past empty cabins, down gravel roads filled with doubt. The saddle's worn, the scarf you gave is frayed along the edge. Every trail I ride, a fading line, a broken pledge. Under the weight of years, just like the love we lost, drowned in silent tears. And every sunset bleeds a color I once knew, out where the wild heart grieves beneath the sky so blue. In the quiet towns where shadows lay their claim, I feel you like the soft, forgiving rain. Yet I wander still, a ghost among the dust, chasing echoes of a love in the winds I trust. Yes, the fence fades, swallowed by the land, like my heart's lines drawn in the shifting sand. As the darkness feeds on the last light's view, I'm holding on to a memory forever lost to you. As the fence fades, and so do I, beneath the mournful endless sky.
In the shade of an old oak tree, where wild daisies are left to be, I carved our names inside a heart on the bark now torn apart. That quiet town where rivers win, your dancing streets left pain behind. But windswept dreams on gravel roads took me where the sunset glows. Oh, my hollow heart forgot the warmth seem dim, I roam alone with our lost hymn. Where the porch light fades at dawn, and your laughter's long since gone. My hollow heart can't forget the echoes of the day we met. Now the cabin stands alone, the empty rooms where light had shone. Old porch creaks with tales untold, the scars you wore against the cold. The riding trails now overgrown, the dust settles on the unknown. Each hoofbeat a dull soft throb, in the quietness my heart sobbed. Oh, my hollow heart forgot the warmth of June, your sweet soft talk under stars that now seem dim. I roam alone with our lost hymn, where the porch light fades at dawn, and your laughter's long since gone. My hollow heart can't forget the echoes of the day we washes old paths I ride, like my tears I cannot hide. In the mirror of the stream, I see us a faded dream. But the saddle knows my frame, and the wind whispers your name. In the whispers love's soft calls, I find what my hollow heart lost. Oh, my hollow heart forgot, but in silence it loves you a lot. Under skies forever dim, I whisper prayers for you, for him. Where the night holds tight my fears, and I age with passing years. Still my hollow heart can't forget, like a sun that never sets. Out where the oak trees shadow the dusty roads bend, I first saw her smile wild as the wind in her hair. We danced under stars on old porches, we'd spend those fleeting sweet summers without a single care. The gravel path whispered of where our dreams might have led. In that quiet town where our love was declared. But the timeless road lingers, and I'm riding alone, where the whispers of the wind speak only of her gone. Each sunset bleeds memory, in the twilight they groan. On this long, lonely trail, where my heart finds no home. The years spun like dust devils, wild and untamed. The cabin sits empty where laughter once reigned. Her scarf still hangs on the oak, faded, unnamed, a relic of passion, now just sorrow retained. Rain taps like soft footsteps across the window pane, echo in the silence where her absence remains. Yes, the timeless road lingers, and I'm riding alone,
whispers of the wind speak only of her gone. Each sunset bleeds memories, in the twilight they groan, on this long lonely trail where my heart finds no home. Now the saddle's worn thin like the soles of my boots, every step and each mile threading back to her roots. In dreams she's the echo of old forgotten tunes, a dance in the shadow, a ghost at high noon. Still this timeless road lingers, and I'm riding alone, haunted by the silence where her laughter once roamed. Sunset's last light fading like the warmth from a stone. On this long lonely trail, her memory etched in my bones. So I'll ride these old trails where our wild dreams once flew, beneath vast starlit skies that we once knew. And though time may pass and the night slips to blue, this timeless road lingers, ever old, ever new. Neath an old oak tree shade, I found a wagon wheel worn by the journey it made. Sitting there, I traced the spokes and saw your scarf so light, flutter like a ghost dance in the fading evening light. Oh, wagon wheel held tight in hands that now are gone, rode us across the wild plains to dreams now overdrawn. Creek whispers your name through the willow's mournful sigh. Underneath that oak tree is where my heart lies. The cabin's now empty where your laughter filled the room. Porch is silent and dusty under melancholy's gloom. Saddlebags packed with dreams now just collect the rain. That lone gravel road won't hear you sing again. Oh, wagon wheel held tight in hands that now are gone, rode us across the wild plains to dreams now overdrawn. The wind carries sorrow where our wildflowers used to bloom. In the heart of the empty cabin, I still wait in the gloom.